everybody, it's Gemma here from madebygemmacrafts.co.uk. Thank you for joining me again today. Today's project is this gift box here. Now I designed this for my mum's birthday, which was a few weeks ago now, because I bought her an afternoon tea and I had to print out the information for her, and I didn't really want to give her just a plain piece of paper and go, hey, happy birthday. So I made this box to fit in the printed off piece of paper that I rolled into a scroll, popped some ribbon over it to keep it closed. So I designed this box so it fitted in perfectly, and it's got two little tabs on the side to close, and then it's held in place with some magnets. So the full length for this box is 8.5 inches, and it's 1.5 inches wide or deep. This one I made with some Always artichoke, and I stamped my own pattern paper for this one on some very vanilla. The colours I used on here were Crumb Cake, Pear Pizzazz and Blushing Bride. The splattery stamp is from the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set, and the little flower is from the Petite Petals stamp set, and I used the punch to punch those ones out for the front. So today we're going to use some Watermelon Wonder today, and some of the Tasty Treats Designer Series paper, which is in the Spring Summer catalogue, which I am loving at the moment. So the piece of card you'll need for this measures 11.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and then I've got 4 strips of paper here, and they are 8.25 inches by 1.25 inches. As always, I will put all the measurements and everything on my blog, and a link to my blog will be in the description box below. For this project I've also made a cutting plan, because although the scoring is very simple, there's quite a lot of different cutting going on your tabs here. So a picture of that will be on my blog as well for you. So if we start our scoring, we're going to start on the 11.5 inch side with that at the top of your scoreboard, and we're going to score at 1.5 inches and 10 inches. And then we're going to rotate 90 degrees, so we've got our 7.5 inch side at the top of our scoreboard, and then we're going to score at 1.5 inches, 3 inches, 4.5 inches and 6 inches, and that is all our scoring done. Just pop that out of the way. So now we can go along and fold and burnish our score lines that we've done. So now we can do some cutting. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up each of our score lines to this score line here. We're going to do that on both sides. Like so. So here we go, we've got all our tabs cut. So if I just bring this cutting plan in again. Now when you start cutting your tabs, it's start at one end and work your way up. It's the easiest way to do it so you don't get too confused. So as you can see, we need to remove our 2 corners. Then we're going to cut up and make some smaller tabs, and so on and so forth. Just pop that back out the way. So we're going to start by removing this corner completely here, and here. So that's our first one done. Then we're going to take around 1.25 inches off of this one, like so, and then notch your corners so you can fold it and tuck it into your box neatly. Just going to do the same here. Like so, and then this third one along, we're just going to take our corners off, like so. And then our fourth one along, we're going to cut that in half roughly, like so, and then we're going to notch our corners off as well, like so, roughly in half. These little tabs are going to be folded in and glued in so you won't see them. And then our last one, we're going to leave that as it is. Okay. Push all this rubbish out of the way. So what we need to do next is we need to round off our corners on this lower tab here where we cut the corners off. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Like so. There we go. This front flap here is also where we're going to pop our magnets as well. And we're going to pop on our pattern paper now, so it's much easier to decorate before you construct your box. The first thing we're going to do is grab some magnets. Now you're going to need 4 for this. These are the magnets that I use to hold things when I'm building my boxes and little bags and such. And these are really tiny, but as you can hear, they are super strong. Now you can get these on eBay. I will find a link for the ones that I get, and I'll also pop that in the description box. I'd say they're fairly cheap. I think roughly £3 for 50, I think. It's been a while since I bought some, but as you can see I need to get some more myself. So I'm just going to grab some off of my little pile here, if I can. They are so super strong. Yes, there we go, like so. And I've got a little hook on my desk which I just stick them to, and they hang there quite happily. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop our magnets on here. Now the glue dots are from Stampin'Up are the ideal size for our little magnets. If I just pull these apart again and stick a glue dot on the back, I'm going to put one at one end, and we're going to do the same at the other end, like so. And then you can just pick up the other magnet for the other side, like so. So we can just leave those ones there for now. So what we can do is round off the corners for our first piece of paper that we're going to pop on. And as you can see, that sits just across the magnets and covers them nicely so we can't see them. So a good bit of glue on this. Need to give it a good squish down around these magnets. Just pop that on. And you just use your finger to go around and give it a good squish. Good squishing down. Like so. Then we can just pop on our other pieces of patterned paper. So as you can see, we've got a directional pattern on this paper. So you'll need to be aware if you're using a directional pattern when you're sticking it onto your box. So as you can see there, if I just bring this one in, this is our front, this is our top, and then we have coming round, we have, this is the back. So for this one, I'm going to pop it on in the opposite direction, like so. And then as we work our way around, this is the underneath of our box. I mean, you don't have to put any patterned paper on there. I just thought it finished it off, made it look nicer. So we can pop that in the same direction as the back, like so. There we go. So that's all our paper glued on to decorate. So what we need to do now is get our magnets on from under here onto this section here. So we can fold this up, and as you can see, that will fold flat. So if we take a couple of glue dots, we can pop them on top of this magnet here, and that one there. Then we can, so there we have the inside of our box. So we can fold up this front flap here, then we can fold it down in half and bring that down to join there. Give it a push down, and there we go, our magnets are now stuck in the correct place where we want them. But we want to hide them as well. So what I've done is I used my owl builder punch, and I punched out the biggest eyes. I'll just grab that to show you. So I used this circle here on the owl builder punch, and I just used some Watermelon Wonder again to punch those out. So now I'm just going to give these a little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to take the other end of my pokey tool and give it a smush in my hand like so, just to round it a little. As you can see, that will fit across and hide our magnet beautifully, like so. So if we just take a couple of glue dots again and pop them on top of our magnet, and then we can just place these over the top like so. And by just embossing the little circles with the end of our pokey tool, it just makes them fit over the magnet really nice and neatly, so you haven't got any silver edges poking out from underneath the little circles of card, like so. Gives you a much neater finish. So what we're going to do now is we are going to put our box together. Okay, so as I said, this is the front of our box here, and then we're going to bring this up and round like so. So now we need to glue in our sides. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this little tiny tab up for now on our ends. Just open that back out, and we're going to fold this back out of the way as well. So you've just got your 3 tabs here that you're going to be using. Now what we want to do is this little tab in here, we want to put that in between these 2 tabs. This is going to be the outside. This flap here, you're going to see this on the outside, and this one's going inside. So we can pop some glue on here, and we can just bring that over and that one up like so. It's a little awkward, just like so. And then we can put some glue on this tab here, and bring this over to close our box together like so, and just line that up nice and straight, give it a good squish down like so. And oh, I've got a bit of glue on the inside of this one, a bit too much glue I used, but when this dries it will be a lot neater on the inside. You can kind of see that. I'm once again battling against the light in here. It's another grey rainy day. So now we can just do the same on the inside here. So we can pop a little bit of glue on our tab there. I'm going to fold this one in like so, and then we can put some glue on this complete tab here. And we're just going to fold that over to join together like so. There we go. Now give that a squish closed. There we go, gluey hands, lovely. Then a good squish shut. Okay, so there we go, there's our box completed. Now we can fold these little tabs back in. Don't need to keep them out of the way anymore. So then they will fold, tuck into the sides of our box, and there we go. That folds down and the magnets hold it shut. So there we go. So now we just need to decorate the top of our box. Now you can either decorate the top here or this front flap here. For this one I'm going to decorate the top. So this tiny little strip of card that I've got here is actually the piece that I cut off from my A4 sheet when I was cutting the base of my box. So I'm just gonna pop some glue on this, stick it to the top of my box. Oh, try not to get covered in glue. Dear, not doing very well today. Glue everywhere. There we go. So that's on there like that. And then I've got some little bits here. Oh, which I'm now throwing all over the floor. Right. So I've got a couple of the ice lollies that I've stamped and cut out using the Frozen Treats framelits and the Cool Treats stamp set. And I've taken my little sentiment here from the Cool Treats stamp set as well. So I'm just going to pop these on my box like so. Put a bit of glue on there. I'm just going to use a little glue dot to attach this little bow here. Like so. And then I'm just going to use some dimensionals to stick on my sentiment. I'm just going to pop some at one end, give it a little shape with my fingers. So we can use dimensionals at one end. Oh, pull that off. And then a little splodge of glue at the other, just to give it a bit of shape and dimension. Oh, on we go. Just hold that there for a moment. Oh, no, stick. Glue doesn't want to stick now. But there we go, there's our decorated and finished box. So just borrow this one. So we have our scroll, so we can open up, pop in our printed out gift certificate and then close our box down, and there we go. We've got a lovely gift to give to someone, which is much nicer than just a piece of paper. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed that today. Sorry it went on for a bit long. As I said before, all the measurements that you need, the cutting plan and everything will all be on my blog, and the link to that will be in the description box below. And until next time, thank you all for joining me today, and bye bye.